the most controversial Pokemon that this game has brought to us. The most. Okay, here we are. And I guess I should have said this before the video. But spoiler alert, if you have not played Legends Arceus already, you probably should have done so by now. Yeah. So first off, we have a bunch of Pokemon to cover, right? About 2.5 rows of Pokemon. The very first Pokemon that was revealed for this game, Weirdeer. Now, Weirdeer, I have not gotten the chance to use one. As of now, I'm still trying to complete my Pokédex for the game. But just the fact that I'm able to climb mountains with this big old horse over here, I'm gonna put this one in A tier just because okay. I think it's pretty awesome that you can climb like literally almost like 70% of the mountains in Hisui with just Weirdeer. You don't need Sneezler. I mean, you need Sneezler to like get across like in the Icelands, whatever it's called. I forget the names. But other than that, you can pretty much make your way across with Weirdeer. I've proven it many times that you can literally just bypass the mountains if you try hard enough. Oh, I'm so sorry, JVR, bro. What did I tell you? With the little trick that I call the switch in, switch out of the riding Pokemon, which is basically you're riding a Weirdeer, you make a jump, you deactivate, you go back to your only yourself, your character. And then as soon as you land, you activate Weirdeer again, which gives you a second jump to do. If you do that trick, you can pretty much bypass almost any mountain. It just takes lots of dedication to do it. Alright, so Weirdeer, A tier for sure. Would be A tier if maybe I had a chance to use it. Maybe it would be lower if it's not bad. If it's actually a bad Pokemon. But I think right there is where it belongs. So up next, Cleaver. I have not gotten a Cleaver either. Matter of fact, the only Hisuian Pokemon that I have gotten so far are literally Overkill and or not even Ursaluna. Actually, I've been trying to get Ursaluna for the longest, but we'll get to Big Boy in a second. All right, so Cleaver here, a Lord Pokemon, right? Obviously, Lord Pokemon are pretty cool. His design reminds me a lot of Imperfect Cell from Dragon Ball Z, which already gives it a pretty good boost in like my likeness towards the Pokemon, right? So just based on looks pretty cool. Typing Bug Rock is pretty nice. You can get wrecked by like water types still. Flying types are not an issue anymore. That's obviously a weakness that Scyther had. Fire types are not much of an issue anymore either. But then there's still things like steel and like other stuff that can get in your way. I think Cleaver is pretty decent. Not entirely okay though, because like I said, I have not gotten a chance to use one. So there we have that. Up next is Sneezler. Okay, as much as I like this thing to climb mountains, I gotta say that I'm not entirely happy with the way this Pokemon is handled. I guess design wise is pretty cool. Poison fighting, that's a pretty not so unique type because we do have Toxicroak. But this Pokemon is still pretty cool. The fact you can climb mountains is also a pretty cool factor. But like I said, we have Weirdeer, the total superior mountain climber. So you are going to go into the D category just because of the fact that every time... No. What are we doing? Every time that I try to go into space-time distortions, Sneezler just wants to come out. No, bro, this is massive. This is not right there. Oh, Lord. Sneezler, nobody called you, bro. Nobody called you. Woo! Shiny, where's the shiny? For literally the smallest things that have like some altitude to them. There's a pillar there. Sneezler is going to want to come out. I'm pressing A and smashing A because I'm trying to collect all the items. Sneezler comes out of nowhere. All these Pokemon start to appear and then they all just go towards me. And it's just slightly annoying. I don't hate it based on its design. I don't hate it based on its typing, anything else. I just think it's just that minor detail that they forgot to leave out. I get it. They wanted it to be automatic, but come on, for really a tiny pillar, I get it. For mountains, you obviously want to climb them, but for a tiny pillar, that's not gonna do. That's not gonna do at all. I hope other people feel the same way about this as I do. Okay, up next is Overkill. Now this thing, ho, this thing is so freaking cool. I personally got the chance to use one because I did want to use Quill Fish in this playthrough. Who would have thought that Quill Fish would make a comeback in this generation? You know, like that Pokemon is just Gen 2, pretty forgettable. It has really good use in competitive battling. You know, you can set up the spikes. You can have skilling. It has a lot of uses, right? A lot of versatility. Now Overkill. Oh my god, this thing is really overkill with almost everything. It hits hard like a truck. It has high defense. Pretty sure if this makes it into competitive, you can probably make a big wall out of this. And now Quill Fish has access to Evilite thanks to this evolution. Pretty awesome stuff. So I'm gonna be putting in the S category. Like I said, I already used one. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. Pretty cool design. Kind of wish it retained his water type, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense for it to be Poison Dark. So let's just give him that. Up next, Basculegion. All I gotta say is jumping out of the water as you charge up, it's pretty fucking awesome. I have not gotten the chance to use one for a simple fact that I do not know how to evolve Basculin into this thing. So I guess design wise, I think it's pretty cool. The fact that Basculin, of all people, got an evolution. And honestly, dude, they're showing the love for Unova in this game. They're really showing the love. We have Ingo coming back. We have Clay's Ancestor. We have a bunch of mentions to the Unova region. I mean, honestly, we even have Samurott here. So honestly, we're probably gonna see Legends Skyrim, perhaps. But we'll see how that happens. All right. So Basculegion, I think I'm gonna put you in the V category. I think your design is pretty cool. Yeah, you do have a second stripe form. I think that's what it's called. They're about the same. I guess I like the other one better. Red is just a more likable color in my perspective. So let's just go ahead and do it with that. Up next, we have the big boy. The big Ursaluna is here. And like I said, I'm still trying to get one. It is very hard to come across a pit block if you don't have access to mission 86, 85. It was one of those numbers. I remember it was in the 80s. I still don't know how to get it. I honestly still do not know how to get it. So I'm going to be putting Ursaluna here on the S tier. Just because, oh my god, Ursaring is so freaking awesome. I really love the Pokemon as it was already. But this thing looks insane. Design-wise, moveset-wise, like, okay. I was playing Showdown the other day, Pokemon Showdown, the website. And I was just messing around with it. And I was just like, okay, this won't work because the Hisuian Pokemon are not here, right? I was making a team and I accidentally typed the wrong thing. I was looking for Ursaring. And then I found Ursaluna was on the database for Pokemon Showdown. And would you look and behold, I slapped an Evilite on Ursaring. I made him have a sword stance, guts setup. And I just went straight into a random battle against a trainer. And I asked the person, do you have anything with Will-O-Wisp? And I kindly asked them to use it as I set up my sword stance, getting the guts boost, getting the attack boost, and that's pretty much it. And having Fachari on Ursaring, which is a boosted staff move. You can imagine how strong that thing would be if I hadn't gotten swept by this person's team because I only have Ursaring on the team. So I think that's a pretty cool thing that you can now run both Ursaring with Evilite and then Quill Fish with Evilite, which is pretty cool stuff, you know. And that's just like the wonders of Showdown and what you can do with competitive battling, like all the strategies you can come up with, right? Okay, there's that. Other than that, I think Ursaluna is a pretty cool design. It's a pretty awesome concept. The fact you have to go at midnight exactly when the full moon is happening and like do all these things. I mean, the pit block is kind of easy to come across if you get lucky or if you just do the missions like I have been trying to do, but I still don't know how to get it. I do not know. The information in this game is still pretty on the low side, but I'll try my best to get one ASAP as soon as I can. All right, so that's all the new Pokemon. Now there's one more Pokemon. That's not a new evolution. It is actually a new legendary Pokemon that got introduced into this game. And Amoros, I'm not sure about the name. I actually do not know. I know very little about this Pokemon, except for the fact that it has two forms. And of course, it looks exactly like the genies from Generation 5. Again, another Unova. I'm telling you, we're going to get Legends Kyurem. We're going to get Legends Kyurem. That's our names for Reshiram, Sekram, and Kyurem, whatever. Um, that's pretty cool stuff. I don't know. I don't know if you're actually gonna get a game. That would be pretty sick though. I would love to have another Legends game. That would be pretty awesome. This Pokemon kind of reminds me of and I've seen this on Twitter a lot. Him from the Powerpuff Girls, which is pretty hilarious. And then the form, the mirror form, which is pretty awesome too. The Therian form, that's what they call these things. That's pretty cool. I honestly don't know much about this Pokemon. Like I said, it looks to me like it could be a fire, maybe a fairy type. I mean, it's an Amoris, right? So I'm guessing that has to do with love. It has like the little heart right here too, so I'm assuming it has to do with love or something like that. I cannot wait to come across this thing on Pokemon Legends. I'm still playing the game. If you would like to see me play the game, definitely check out my channel, subscribe. Stay tuned for any live streams that are going to be happening. I'm going to be completing an entire Pokédex of the game, and then I'm going to be shiny hunting as I do that. So, hope to see you there. But this Pokemon, I think is pretty cool. Haven't seen it enough though, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it here because I really don't know much about it. Moving on to Hisuian forms, the actual new forms of old Pokemon. This is insane stuff right here. This is very, very insane stuff right here. Okay. So, of course, we have Growlit. I think that was the first, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was one of the first Pokemon that was shown to have a Hisuian form. Alongside Bravery, if I'm not mistaken. It was Growlit, Bravery, it was Weirdeer. They showed Basculegion, and then they showed Weirdeer as well in that first presentation, right? So, Growlit is pretty cool. I have not gotten a chance to use one, but it's a pretty fluffy boy. It's pretty adorable. Not much to make it have a higher spot on this tier list, though, so I'm just going to put him in the C category. Arcanine, it's a freaking Dogstone, like a legendary Dogstone. And if you've watched the anime, you will notice that there was a piece of like an ancient stone that had the 3 original birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, and Arcanine was also there. Now, I know that the anime did not plan this ahead. Like, no fucking way they planned 20 freaking years to just do this right now, right? But in the stone, Arcanine had a different color than Moltres. It looked more like if it was a rock type, right? This is a rock type. And this could have easily been the actual legendary Arcanine, because this thing was literally born in front of our faces. It was literally born right there when Growlit evolved into it. And it's according to what I remember from the game, Growlit actually had a father, or like a mother. I'm actually not sure. There was another lord before it. It was the original Arcanine. People hadn't seen it though. They didn't know what it looked like. But then he evolved. He became the first lord to be born in front of people's faces. And he went on a rampage, and like we had to calm him down and everything. So I think that was pretty cool. It's a pretty awesome design. Honestly, I kind of want to put this on the B rank. Probably higher than Basculegion. I think design-wise this is pretty cool. I have not gotten a chance to use one, but Fire Rock does get wrecked easily by water unless it has some sort of ability that prevents water attacks. Ground types also are very harsh towards this Pokemon. Again, if it doesn't have anything to deal with that, there's not much that it can do. I mean, it can speed you maybe if this thing is still pretty fast, which honestly could still be a thing, because we have the likes of Lycanroc, who's a fast rock type, right? So that's pretty good stuff. Up next we have, oh actually, should I do this in order? Nah, I'm just gonna roll with them. Okay. Up next we have Voltorf. This thing is pretty freaking adorable. I really love this design. Electrode, on the other hand, this thing was so freaking annoying to deal with. But the design actually is pretty. Actually, you know what? Let's get you into the secret. It's okay. Design-wise, I really like the fact that they're like ancient Pokeballs inspired. Like they're like wood balls or whatever you want to call it, like the apricorns or whatever you want to call them. I think it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool design. Electro looks really angry though. I'm pretty sure that mouth is like drawn onto. It's not really like an actual mouth that it has, because it does stay still. When I saw Electrode in the Lord battle, his mouth was literally still. So I'm pretty sure that's a drawing. It has to be. Okay. But there's that. Not much to say about this Pokemon other than the fact, you know, it's very spherical. Anyways. Alright. Up next. I'm actually gonna wait a little bit to do the starters and both Dialga and Palkia. So up next we have little good old Quill Fish here, which is a really pretty cool Pokemon. It's honestly, Quill Fish is very underrated. This design is so funny to me because when I was playing this game, I asked chat for name suggestions, and I already forgot who it was. I'm so sorry if I forgot your name. But somebody suggested to name this Hot Topic. And after that was literally the perfect name. Like, look at Overkill here. It's so gothic. It's so like dark, so like, oh, I hate it here. It just kind of gives me that vibe. But honestly, that's a pretty cool design. Honestly, I'm gonna put Quill Fish right above you. Yeah, I will say let's have you go there. This Sneasel's pretty cool. This design looks pretty awesome actually. In poison fighting, like I said, it's a pretty sort of unique typing if you ignore Toxicroak. I wouldn't put this over Krogan even. I think this is a pretty cool design. It's nothing special though, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it I think right here will do. Okay, up next, skipping the starters and the legendaries, I will go ahead and put Liligant, the dancing ballerina lord, or lady actually, as they call her. This is a pretty cool design. I really enjoyed the battle. It was pretty fun. I don't think she deserves to be too low. Maybe this design is kind of cool, but the fact that we have two grass types in one generation here, I mean, they could have just, threw some sort of other type, and this could have easily been grass fairy, nothing too special about this one in my own opinion. I'm just gonna go ahead and put her above the other Lord Pokemon, and you can kind of see a trend going here with the Lord Pokemon. They're really tough battles, and that's affecting my opinion on them. All right, up next, Basculin, the striped form. This is just an entirely different form for Basculin. This is literally the only way you can get an actual Basculegion. They literally have this form, and you can evolve it. But this thing is not that much of a special. Again, it's just really not much to say about it. Just different stripe. Maybe the spikes are a little different a pattern. It still looks angry as the original Basculin. It kind of has like a different facial expression as the other two, which is pretty cool. It's still a little piranha. It's kind of cool. It's kind of dope. Up next, we have Zorua and Zoroark, which honestly, oh my goodness, this things look insane. Zoroark looks so terrifying, and I'm kind of sad that they literally just push Zoroark to be like a side quest boss fight in the game, where literally you only fight it when you're trying to go find all the lake spirits, right? I was kind of saddened because this could have easily been like a really cool boss to a Lord Pokemon. It could have been sick. Maybe even like a secret one. That would have been so sick. I still haven't played the game though. Have in mind that I still have not finished the entire game. So these opinions are bound to change, and like I said, they're my own opinions. So do not get offended if I say something that you don't agree with. Kindly just disagree with me in a orderly manner if I can ask you to do that. But these designs are pretty cool. I really like Zoroark to begin with, so I'm gonna be putting them in the A tier for sure. They're pretty awesome. I just love them. I wish, honestly, how do I find a Zoroark? Do you know how to find a Zoroark? Let me know in the comment section. Up next, we have Hisuian Bravery, and oh my god, this thing is so freaking awesome. I think, you know what? I think this is an S tier for me, man. Bravery is already a Pokemon that I really liked based on its original design. I used it a bunch of times in Black and White. Two, not on the first one because you get it like super late into the game. I think right before the Elite Four, which is kind of inconvenient if you really wanted it. So based on that, I think it's a pretty cool design. The fact that you can fly around just like in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is so freaking insane. I love this thing. So I'm going to be putting it up there in the S category. Matter of fact, you know what? Weird Ear, I think I'm going to be putting you probably right here. And then Hisuian Bravery can probably move over here. Yeah, I think Weird Ear definitely has to be up here. He definitely has to be. I couldn't call myself the official Hisuian rock climbing world champion. I couldn't do that without him. So he has to be there. Up next, we have this Atrocity of Abomination. And honestly, I kind of just want to make a whole new tier entirely dedicated to this thing. Because, oh my god, I hate it. I hate it. Why did they have to make that fight so freaking tedious, man? I struggled so bad against Avalok here. This thing was an abomination. It was humongous to begin with. Messing with my megalophobia. I think that's what it's called when you're afraid of things that are huge that are in front of you, like Godzilla or whatever, like monsters and stuff. Just because of that, I have to put it down here. I'm sorry if this is your favorite new Hisuian form or if this is your favorite Pokemon overall. But this thing gets on my nerves so much. That Lord fight did not have to be that difficult. I mean, I get it. They had to make a difficult fight, you know. But still, this thing is just an atrocity, and I just honestly they didn't even change much. They literally just gave it rock legs. Why? Up next, we have another controversial Pokemon here. Sliggoo and Goodra Hisuian forms. Now, a lot of people are really upset about this Pokemon. But honestly, I kind of don't see a problem with them. I don't really have much of an issue here. I think Sliggoo is pretty cute in a little cocoon here. And I think it still fits for Gumi to evolve into this. So, of course, they didn't have to change Gumi at all. Goodra, on the other hand, I think it's also pretty cool. I heard from a lot of people that it looks depressed. Which is kind of sad because, oh my god, little Goodra so adorable. Is always a happy, cheerful Pokemon. We're getting to the good stuff here. The Pokemon starters of this generation. Okay. Alright. So let me just say, this is probably, and I will say this with certainty, this is probably the one time in such a long time where I've struggled so much to pick a starter Pokemon. I kid you not. I've never have struggled so much to pick a starter Pokemon in my whole life. Maybe like for Johto. Since I played Johto games, I have not struggled to pick a starter. Because all of these look so freaking amazing. We have the Kadui here, who looks exactly like freaking Skull Kid from Legend of Zelda, which is pretty awesome, honestly. A grass fighting too. We have Typhlosion. A lot of people make the meme that he's like Snoop Dogg because, you know, he looks high or whatever. I think that's pretty funny. He looks really just, you know, what's up, dude? How's it going? That's funny. Yeah. So we have that. Ghost Fire type too. And the flames look so freaking sick. And then we have Samura, the starter that I actually picked for this game. But the only reason why I even picked Samura in the first place was because I wanted to use an Infernape in my playthrough. And if I was going to have Typhlosion on the team, I did not want to have two fire types on the team at all times because that would just give me a weakness to rock and ground types, which I wouldn't have been ideal technically. So I just decided to go with Samura because, I mean, Samura is pretty amazing. That's my favorite starter from Unova. So that's pretty awesome. I think all of these starters are amazing in their own ways. I think all of them are so freaking cool. There's no way I could categorize them any different. If I was to pick who was my favorite, I couldn't tell you, honestly. I really couldn't tell you. They are all so freaking cool. I would use every single one of them if I could. I really would. But honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and put them in the S tier over here because I really, really like them. I guess if I were to play favorites, I would say Typhlosion is probably my favorite of the three, maybe. So, but it's not really a thing. Summer will probably be the close second. And I definitely, as much as I like the Kadui here, I don't think it's as cool as freaking Overkill here. I think Overkill is just in its own. So that's pretty awesome. Now, the most controversial Pokemon that this game has brought to us. The most. Origin Dialga, Origin Palkia. The Horsemen of the Apocalypse, right? And I know, somebody's going to say, there's no horse, there's no man up there. There's just horse, they're just horses. I get it, but the concept still is there. It's still there. I mean, the world's ending. You have this horseman, horsewoman, whatever you want to call them, of the apocalypse just coming out of nowhere with a whole new form. Nobody expected it except if you saw the leaks, which you saw the leaks. You cannot tell me you did not see the leaks. I saw the leaks and I was like, yo, this look fucking awesome. Like, yo, what are they going to call these? They go and call them the origin forms, just like Giratina did. The origin form of Giratina, which is literally him losing his legs and being airborne, which is entirely the opposite of what happens to the Dialga Palkia. They kind of just lose their arms and they become like horsemen. Giratina just happens to lose like his legs, I guess, and then he takes flight. Anyways, the forms are pretty awesome. I personally think Dialga's looks a little bit in my own opinion. It still looks freaking awesome just because it's an origin form. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in the V category here. As for Palkia, Palkia is another story. This thing looks the fucking best. design I've seen from this game. Honestly, no, actually, Ursaluna takes the best design. 100%. But Palkia comes as a close second here. Because this thing is so freaking awesome. And honestly, I need to get one because I decided to go with the Pearl Clan. And I got Palkia on my side. And I had to fight Dialga, which was a pretty rough fight too. But I ended up getting a Dialga origin form instead of the Palkia origin form, which is kind of weird. That the fact that they give you the opposite one and then you have to get your own later on or whatever. I still don't know what's gonna happen, but there you have it. That's my tier list for this Pokemon. I guess I'm not gonna be able to prevent the ad from any longer. This video is already long as it is. So there you have it. What do you think about this tier list? Do you have anything that you would put higher? Would you have put something lower? Do you have your own tier list to share about? Do you have anything that you would like to share? Let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video and you would like to see more, definitely leave a like, leave a comment, like I said. And if you want to see more, for sure, definitely subscribe to the channel because that really helps a lot. And I will be eternally thankful to you. Also, I'll go ahead and give you a donut too. For reals, I'll give you a donut. Like, I will. I'll give you a donut. Yes, I will. Yeah, I know you're wondering right now. You're probably like, no. Yes, it's gonna happen. I will give you a donut. Alright, that's enough for that. Alright, catch you in the next one. Bye.